In 1 John 1:3, ha heorakamen kai ake kaamen apangelamen kai humin. Hina kai humes koinonian eketa methemon. Kai he koinonia de he hematera meta tu patras kai meta tu huiu autu Jesu Christu. So John starts with a relative pronoun again, rough breathing accent. And we have seen these forms earlier. They're the perfects of horao and akuo. And remember, whenever you find a relative pronoun, you want to look for the end of it, which is punctuation helps you there, doesn't it? So what we have seen and we have heard, now here's your indicative verb. We announce, or we are announcing, also to you all. Well, here's why they're announcing it. In order that also you all might have fellowship. Now, the rule, of course, is whenever you see hina, what do you start looking for? You start looking for a subjunctive, and there it is. So, in order that you also might have fellowship with us, and this is a tricky one, the fellowship, we'll skip the de, the fellowship, the our, it's the second attributive position, but what's that de doing there? Well, remember, de is a postpositive, so it has to be here. So if de is the connective, that's your clue that kai can't mean and, it means also. So, but our fellowship understood is also, then you have these two parallel metas, right? With the Father and with His Son, and then Jesu Christu. Now, how is Jesu Christu connected to the sentence? Right, it's an apposition to huiu. Same case, apposition. And you remember on hematera that it is just a word that always means our. It doesn't have to be in the genitive case, obviously. Here it's the nominative. So it's our fellowship. So if we're going to phrase this, let's go through what we have seen and heard. That's the end of the relative clause. We are announcing also to you, comma, plus hina always introduces a dependent clause, in order that you also might have fellowship with us. Period. So, new sentence. But our fellowship also understood, and here you have these two parallel metas. So I'm going to put them on two different lines like that. Okay, so here's what's just a little tricky. Here's your verb. The subject is in the verb. And so this relative clause is functioning as the direct object, isn't it? So we are announcing what we have seen and we have heard also to you all. So this would have to be indented at least to represent something along those lines. So we are announcing also to you, announcing what? Well, what we have seen and what we have heard. Okay, then you get hina. Hina is another dependent clause. In what is it telling you about? Well, it's telling you about why we are announcing it, so it goes under the verb, in order that you also might have fellowship with us. Okay? And then you get down to this next one, and we saw that the de is the conjunction, the kai is the sensitive, so this is that one situation where you have to take that out, replace it with an ellipsis, indent it, and put it back just to get things in their these English right order. And our fellowship, and because these two prepositions follow the assumed verb, we're going to have to put them over something like that. Okay? So what we have seen and heard, that's what we are announcing to you all. Why? In order that you also might have fellowship with us. But our fellowship also understood is with the Father, and it's with his Son. And I don't know if I've ever really found a way I'm comfortable with appositional statements. Maybe we just put an equal sign there. The Son is Jesus Christ. Of course, understanding that Jesu Christu is an apposition to huiou. So you could put it under huiou if you wanted to. 1 John 1:3.